hello. You know what you've caught me doing. Let's not pretend. That's right, I am watching the Death Stranding trailer for the 16th time in a row. Oh my god. Oh, it looks so good. Yeah, that's basically been me for the last 16 hours now. In fact, I'm so excited, I've decided to completely bin today's original Friday feature and do this Death Stranding special instead.
Yeah, sorry about that, Dan. I know you were hard at work editing that one. Take it easy. It can go out next week instead. Because right now, all I can think about is Hideo Kojima's incredible-looking sci-fi open-world action-adventure. I mean, stuffing Death Stranding inside a genre pigeonhole feels a bit reductive, doesn't it? There's still so much we don't know about the game, and honestly, I'm really enjoying the mystery. You know, I love how all the trailers we've seen so far have deftly evaded our relentless pursuit to understand every little thing about the game before its 8th of November release date. Having said that, there are a few things starting to fall into place, especially if you piece together all the info drops from previous trailers as well. So here are 6 things we definitely
kind of understand about Death Stranding.
Number 1. Death Stranding refers to some kind of catastrophic event that threatens to eradicate life as we know it.
You see, I've come to understand the truth of the Death Stranding.
We can see the results of this devastation across pretty much all the trailers we've seen so far. Dead whales on a beach. In the latest trailer, dead birds falling from the sky. Look how this bird disintegrates too, almost like someone's holding down fast forward on some kind of trans-dimensional TV remote.
I'm reminded here of Léa Seydoux' character, who we now know is called Fragile, talking about something called the Time Fold in Death Stranding's E3 2018 trailer.
A crypto byte a day keeps the time fall away.
Crypto buyers presumably being one of your new post-Death Stranding 5 a day. One particularly nasty side effect of this mass extinction triggering event is the appearance of terrifying supernatural entities that hang translucent, as if they're teetering on the brink of some unknown dimensional boundary, shadows flickering in a reality tantalizingly beyond the reach of our senses.
Entry number 2 then, the BTs.
Basically, all we understand for sure about these things is that Sam Porter-Bridges, that's you, does not want to run into them when he's out and about making his deliveries. Sam can't see them, but he can sense them.
You can see them, right?
No, but I can sense them.
His hair stands on end, his skin turns a mottled red, and also you can see their handprints as they creepily stalk about.
Personally, I love the enigma surrounding the BTs. I am so down with anything that's sci-fi, a bit scary, and that explores the notion that humans are small, insignificant, and basically understand nothing about the universe.
The BTs can't see you either, they sort of just float ominously about, strands of connective something billowing from their bodies. It does seem they can hear you, however, as evidenced by Fragile stopping Sam from making any noise here, and from the latest trailer which shows Sam sneaking by them while covering his mouth. Another unanswered question about the BTs is, what is their connection with nature? It's strange, isn't it, that we see them as these horrifying otherworldly beings, and yet look at what happens when they pass over the dead earth. Previously shriveled plants momentarily stretch back to life, almost as if time has been rewound to a point at which they were alive.
There's definitely more to the BTs than meets the eye. I mean, there has to be, doesn't there? Because what meets the eye is basically just human-shaped wisps of weird.
Also, they seem connected to rain as well. Look what happens in the latest trailer when it starts to fall.
Good thing it was raining. Even they know better than to mess with BTs.
Creepy, intriguing. Man, I'm so excited. Entry 3, bridge babies. Finally, the now iconic baby in a tank of yellow liquid has a proper name, and it would appear they perform a crucial role in allowing Sam to form a connection with the other side.
Whatever that means. Sounds cool though, doesn't it?
With one of these bridge babies hooked up and ready to go, Sam is able to sense the presence of BTs and slip by them undetected. Unless of course you botch the stealth and end up being pulled into the shadows.
FAO Nathan Dighton.
Also, the bridge babies have some kind of connection to Cliff, played by Mads Mikkelsen, a sentence I've written just so I can play this scene of him singing down at the camera.
See the sunset, the day is ending.
That's right, Mads, sing to me, you beautiful man. Anyway, the fourth thing we definitely now understand about Death Stranding is that supernatural BTs aren't the only things you need to worry about. You'll be going up against humans too. As confirmed in the most recent trailer, the Homo Demons are a militant separatist group
Bunch of terrorists who go around towns killing people.
who basically get up to not very nice things.
They're not even above leaving craters and engineering void outs.
You can avoid them while out in the world using stealth, but get spotted and they will try and destroy your cargo. Luckily, Sam is not entirely helpless and can use said cargo to smash them in the face. And then there's Cliff and these creepy looking guys. We still don't know what part they play, but it does appear Sam is going up against them in this war-ravaged setting, eerily reminiscent of World War I. Cliff is a proper enigma though. Who knows what his game is?
Although we can confirm that Cliff has officially found the coolest way of lighting a cigarette ever.
Don't smoke, kids. Entry 5, you can do stealth. Now, this is very exciting, as often you get big open world games that slap on a stealth element as an apparent afterthought. Usually the sneaking acts as a sort of starter dish before the real combat begins, but this is Hideo Kojima we're talking about, the man who knows how to make stealth games. I think he's done one or two before. We can see here that stealth is an option against human enemies, using the environment to your advantage, and pretty much a necessity when you're up against the BTs. Engage, bridge baby, scan the area, and sneak. And so getting through areas without being spotted really does look preferable to being sucked into the ground by a gloopy swarm of BTs. What I really like is how scary the stealth sections look. Like, you really don't want to get caught by these things, and their spectral otherworldliness means keeping track of them is not easy. Couple this with the fact you basically have to pick through the middle of them while keeping as quiet as possible, and you've got a recipe for some incredibly tense stealth gameplay.
Especially with that sensor you have equipped, you know, that clicking one on the top.
The one that goes nuts when BTs are close. It's like the most intense game of hot and cold ever. Entry 6. If you hadn't guessed already, Death Stranding is about connection on many levels. On the surface, your task as Sam Porter Bridges is to build bridges and connections between isolated cities to bring together a society fragmented by whatever awful thing the Death Stranding is. Looking at the emphasis on landscape in 2018's E3 trailer and the release date reveal trailer, you could also argue the game is about rediscovering mankind's connection to the Earth. Traversal clearly plays a huge part in the game, working out how to cross chasms and abseiling off cliffs. Sam creates literal bridges with his ladder physically joining separate points of the map. This act of bridging gaps in Earth's topography is necessary to progress in the game, but it's also essentially a metaphor for Death Stranding's wider themes. By activating the bridge babies, Sam is connecting to the other side, whatever that may be.
Basically, something has happened in Death Stranding that means society has been forcibly pulled apart. Your job is to bring it back together.
So yeah, 6 things we kind of understand about Death Stranding, having seen the new trailer and unpicked all Hideo Kojima's cryptic tweets. Yes, there are still a bunch of unanswered questions, but personally, I think that's great. I don't want to know everything about Death Stranding before I play it. I love the intrigue, the chase for information. I love hanging out online and reading everyone's crazy theories, especially as you can guarantee the game itself will no doubt be crazier still. So let us know in the comments if you're excited for Death Stranding's PS4 release on November the 8th, and if you have any theories of your own. Give us a like if you enjoyed the video, and hit that notification bell to stay up to date with all our content. I'll be back next week when I've calmed down with a regular Friday feature. See you then.
For the players.